Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the lateness. It was actually the stream that started late, not me. But 15-all, as we start off here. Iga Swiatek is serving first, and Juvan actually took the first point, but Swiatek has just induced an error from Juvan on the forehand. Kaja Juvan is a qualifier, so she is in form. So interesting to see how she gets on against Swiatek today. And we're covering a couple of other matches today, so make sure you tune in for as many as possible because it's not just me covering. Good serve into the backhand of Juvan. Good forehand into out from Swiatek. Doesn't need to hit anything else as the lob from Juvan doesn't make its way over the net. 30-15. Good start from Swiatek. That was a good serve anyway. Ash will be covering Wozniacki versus Brady. And then David will be doing Goff versus Mertens. Yes, the other girl says Manuel. Yes, the other girl says Kozia. Swiatek easy. W says BR. Serve out wide from Swiatek. Steps in, goes backhand cross. Backhand to backhand here. Down the line goes Swiatek. Forehand cross from Juvan. It's a really good forehand. Great defensive forehand there from Swiatek cross court. Then goes down the line with the backhand. Forehand cross from Juvan. Forehand on the line from Swiatek. Then goes into out. And it's an absolute rocket for a winner. 40-15. Matt says, I am back. Got ESPN for $20 a month. I'm good for the rest of the tournament. Very nice. Derek Fakina is getting hammered by Paul. Yeah, I saw that. Crazy. I was expecting it to be pretty close, but 6-love, 6-1 was it the first two sets? And the third set looks like it's going to be closer, but pretty crazy. Serve into the backhand. Backhand cross from Swiatek. Just in. Steps forward after a short ball. Goes down the line. Comes to the net. Volleys. Beautifully, actually. Into the service box is a good drop volley. So 1-love holds to 15. Good start from the pole. Disney not on Spectrum. I didn't read it though. Yeah, it's a nationwide story. Brad Gilbert apologizing to the tweet. What did Brad Gilbert do? I don't think it was taken off because it was the US Open. I think it was more about football because the season opener was last night. American football, that is. Because here in the UK, we call what you guys call soccer football because you use your foot. I mean, it makes more sense, but I get it. Good evening, Fazan, says Matthew. Good evening, Matthew. Swiatek winning in 2. Hi, Fatas, Idemo, or Manor. Hi, how you doing? Hey, hold on. Hey? Manor, have you changed your name to Idemo in the space of this stream? Or do you have 2 accounts? Was watching ADF versus Pool, believing it would be a slugfest. ADF produced a no-show for 2 sets. Then he took a minimum 5-minute bathroom break on his return. Looks like he's turned up, maybe. Yeah. I thought it was going to be a real slugfest as well. Doesn't seem it, does it? Doesn't seem it at all. Right, forehand into out from Swiatek as she charges forward. Comes for a short ball, just puts it away. Backhand down the line. At the moment, Juvan is trying to just survive because Swiatek, as we know, comes out of the blocks very quickly for the most part. It's a pretty prominent part of her game, coming out and just really trying to stamp her authority straight away. Serve into the net from Juvan. Second serve coming up. Serve into the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand into the net from Juvan. Love 30. She's in trouble early doors here. Needs to be careful. Needs to be very careful. Serve out wide from Juvan. Forehand down the middle from Swiatek. Great forehand on the line though from Juvan and doesn't need to hit anything else because Swiatek tries to lob that ball back up in the air into play with Slovenian does get on the ball in her service game, 15-30. Bielsa's got no problem with Iga, but her game is just too one-dimensional for me. No joy watching her. To be fair, I get your point in terms of she plays a specific way and she doesn't have layers to her game in that way, different styles. But she is trying to come to the net more. She's not particularly very good at the net. That's the one part of the game that's not actually very good. But she is trying. She's trying. So I think she will have to evolve, especially if she wants to win a title like Wimbledon. And I think she knows that, and she needs to become a more all-court player. And the only way to do that is to develop her net game and her transition game. So she'll get there. And she's very young still, right? Backhand from Swiatek goes wide 30 all. I mean, look at Nadal. Nadal was a complete baseline. Same with Djokovic. As they've gotten older, they've developed their games and they're all rounders now. So I'm not saying that she's necessarily going to win 20 plus slams, but what I'm trying to say is that if those guys, can change their style, not necessarily, well, I'd say drastically in a way, and make those big tweaks, then the rest of the tour and everyone else, us mere mortals, can do to some degree at least. Why a forehand here? Backhand cross from Swiatek. Slice from Juvan into the net. Oh dear. 30-40 early breakpoint opportunity here. Matt says Dodic Fakina coming back up 4-1. Wow. Wow, it's 2-1 on serve when I last checked, so he must have really stepped it up. Serving to the forehand of Swiatek. She goes forehand cross. Forehand is shanked long from Juvan. So it is the early break for Iga Swiatek. Hey, Fazan, everyone. Hello, Max. How are we doing? How are we doing? How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. Third round match here, of course. Swiatek 2-love up. Serve goes long from Swiatek. Second serve to be delivered. Max says, I'm doing good. Shelton and Karatsev are about to play right now. Yep, that should be a decent match as well. Should be a decent one. Good test for Shelton. Second serve into the forehand of Juvan. Backhand in the middle from Swiatek. In top forehand from Juvan goes wide. She's going to go for it. I mean, she's trying to. I think she's starting to realise that there's no point grinding with Swiatek from the back of the court because most players aren't able to stick with her in those long rallies. So maybe it needs to be a bit more expansive. And if she makes unforced errors, she makes unforced errors. But she gives herself a better probability of being able to at least win points and win games by doing that. If it comes off, great backhand on the line on the return from Juvan. Steps in, smash opportunity, lets it bounce, puts it away. Very good return. That was an elite return. Backhand return down the line was awesome from her. 15-0. Forehand cross from Juvan. Forehand on the line from Swiatek. Comes forward, Swiatek goes backhand down the line on the volley. What we're thinking was keeps it going and downs Brady later. Yeah, tune in. I mean, Ash will be doing that one. Wozniacki versus Brady. I think she will win, actually. We'll see. Brady's a tough customer. Oh, massive forehand into out from Swiatek. Takes the ball on the rise. Drive forehand. 40-15. So wide forehand into the net from Juvan. So she does consolidate the break 3-love. How many times have we said Swiatek 3-love up in a match? I mean, it happens so often. The ask says just give her the trophy. No, 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 I don't agree. Look, you've got to think about the other players in the field. This year, Swiatek is not as dominant as she was. Yes, against anyone outside the top 10, she is. She's still super dominant. I mean, like against most players. But when she comes up against a Sabalenka or a Rabakina, especially, those two players, especially, or a Mukova or a Coco Goff or a Pagula recently, like, these players, I mean, maybe not Ons. I feel like Ons Jabeur, her style, Swiatek isn't really troubled by her style, to be fair, like other players are. But the other players that I mentioned, look, do not count them out. Do not count them out because yes, they may not clean up the so-called lower opposition as well as Swiatek, but look, tennis is all about style matchups. It's like they say in boxing, styles make fights. Exactly the same in tennis. Exactly the same in tennis. That's why people there's some crazy head-to-heads out there that people wouldn't think would be the case, but they are because look, there's just some styles that players aren't as comfortable playing against as others. Simple. And every player has a slightly different skill set to utilize. Matt says Russian. I think Coco might have something to say about that. Yeah, I mean, she was actually my pick in my draw preview. Look, I mean, it's going to be difficult. She's got a hard route, but I've kind of gone on a limb or gone out on a limb and said that she's going to do it, and that would mean beating Swiatek in a quarterfinal. I think because I find it very unlikely that Swiatek will not be in the quarterfinal stage at least. Serve is a double fault from Juvan. Level 15, she needs to up her game here. She's not going to have a chance. Max, it seems like the other top 10 players in the WT are catching up along with it. Yeah, exactly. Catching along with Ego, I agree. BR says just what I think. Sorry, no, it's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. Like I get it. A lot of people are picking Ego, and it's a smart pick because she still is the favorite. You don't need to say sorry. Look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's just my opinion is that I disagree, but that's not to say that your opinion is not valid. He says, and about Goff, yes, she finally beat Ego, but Swiatek is still leading head to head by a landslide. Yes, she is. And Grand Slam is different. That's true. That's true. I get that point. What do you think though, BR, about Sabalenka? Because I think Sabalenka on a hard court, and considering that it's not as fast as the Australian Open, but it's still faster. I think Sabalenka is the favorite against Swiatek in a match at the US Open. Rabakina potentially is as well against Swiatek. Mukova, I think, light underdog, maybe like 60-40 to Swiatek. But the other players, look, it depends what Sabalenka turns up. Yeah, but I mean, look, if it's a Sabalenka that's been playing most of this year, then she wins, right? She won the Australian Open. She's been a lot of semi-finals. She's been very consistent, which is ironic to say about her. But yeah, I mean, look, we'll see. 15-40 after Swiatek pummels a forehand cross court. She's got two breakpoint opportunities to go a double break up here. Serve down the tee, just missed. Massive forehand cross from Swiatek. Then goes forehand to forehand. It slice from Juvan goes wide. On clay, Swiatek is the heavy favorite. It is more even everywhere else. Yeah, I agree. I think the US Open is definitely more favorable for her than Australian Open, but we'll see. We'll see, right? Kick serve into the backhand of Juvan as Swiatek gets 4-love up here. Double break. She opts to stay back though as she gets a short ball, hits it, comes back to the baseline, retreats, and then hits a massive into out forehand. She's running away with this. How many times have we said that? I mean, too many times to count, right? Too many times to count. So I've done a team miss from Swiatek. Backhand down the line from Swiatek is massive. Oh my word. I mean, it's difficult. Juvan's just very, very underpowered. BR, it's not a bad pick at all. I think the court speed favors Iga this year more than in previous years. Yeah, I think it's slightly slower. I mean, it's still a hard corner. It's still pretty quick, but I agree, it's not quite as quick. And she won it last year, right? So who's to say she doesn't win it this year? Now, last year she beat Sabalenka in the semi-final. Sabalenka was 5-3 up in that final set, even not final set tiebreak, just the final set. She didn't close it out, and yeah, I mean, I think Sabalenka is much improved this year. I think Swiatek has improved, but not by the same stretch. Kick serve out wide from Swiatek. Digs that out though beautifully. Back on the line from Huvan's good. Oh, Swiatek gets there but can't dig it out. So 30-15. Good point from Juvan there. Yeah, this could be a very, very quick match if Juvan's not careful though. Serve out wide, backhand to backhand here now. Swiatek goes down the line. Forehand cross from Juvan on the stretch. It's gone long. Yeah, not a bad pick at all. 40-15 here, Swiatek. Served on a tee. Backhand down the middle from Juvan. Backhand into out from Swiatek. Forehand is really good from Juvan. Great depth. And the forehand from Swiatek, she tries to take it early. Goes into the net. Hey, what's happened there? Oh no, the forehand's gone long. Okay, so the scoreboard has had a mare. An absolute mess. Has it? No, no, it hasn't. Okay, so that was a US Open scoreboard and it was wrong. It said 5-love Iga. It's getting ahead of itself. Oh my gosh, getting really ahead of itself. Serve into the body of Juvan. Forehand into out from Swiatek. Backhand cross from Juvan. Backhand cross from Iga. Backhand down the middle from Juvan's long. She's just struggling. She's really, really struggling with the weight of shot of Swiatek. She really is. Really, really struggling with the weight of shot. I want to see Rebecca win it personally, says BR. Okay. This match may end under an hour, says Max. I says, no problem, Max. My guy TFO is up next on Armstrong. Yeah. Look, in my opinion, I want a new Grand Slam champion, and I want one of three players to win it. My first choice would be Jabeur because I just feel like it'd be great for her to get that monkey off her back and finally win one. But she's been ill, and I'd covered her match last night, and she wasn't playing great. Noskova played some really good stuff. To be fair, she's 18 years of age and really pushed Jabeur. She could have easily won that match. She's a really talented, hard-hitting player, but Ons Jabeur was just really up and down, and it looked like someone who was just fluctuating in her physical capabilities because of that illness. But yeah, I would say it'd be nice to see her. I'd like Coco Gauff as well. I think she. I think it's about time she starts to come to the party, and I think her winning a slam will really help. She's been. It's not like she's a Raducanu where Raducanu came through the qualifiers and just surprised everyone and won, and then didn't really know how to handle everything. I think Kohogov has been near the top now for a few years actually, and she's only 19 years of age, but she's been at the top really since she was 17. Or when I say top, I mean top 20, top 30. And Mukova's the other one who's made a few quarterfinals in the past, made the French Open final. I like her game. I think she brings something different. So those three. I mean, Sabalenka, I really like her style. I like Rybakina as well. I think she's quite good to watch. She knows her ability. She plays well. She plays well and utilizes the physical capability she's got. And Swiatek, I mean, look, I like her style as well, but I think there need to be other girls challenging to make it super competitive at the slam level anyway. The so out wide from Juvan, is it? No, it's not. It's a double fault. So, love 15, and she's serving to avoid getting bageled in this first set. And he puts on a show. He's curious, except he cares his Matt. Support your favorite player. Yeah. Backhand on the line from Swiatek. Forehand on the stretch from Juvan. Goes long though. Love 30. She's 2 points away here from getting bageled. She's gotta be careful because look, I mean, people should not be happy getting bageled, in my opinion anyway, by Swiatek. That's just my view on it. But yeah, each of their own, right? Oh, backhand down the middle from Juvan. Backhand down the line from Swiatek. Slice from Juvan. Forehand into the net from Swiatek. So 15:30. This match could be over very, very quickly, though. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Have I been blocked by you accidentally, Max? Can't see your chats on my end. Maybe you blocked her by accident. Backhand down the line from Swiatek goes long 30 all. Oh, it hasn't, eh? What's happened there? The scoreboard is messing up big time. It's definitely 30 all. The US Open scoreboard keeps on giving a point to Swiatek when it's not. You just hit a backhand long and they've gone 15-40. It's 30 all. The person doing the score for the US Open scoreboard needs to be fired. That's a bit harsh. But they need to have a word with whoever it is because they're not doing their job. They got the score wrong a couple of times. It's going to be more boring since BR. Is this the quickest set in WTA history? No, it's not. Definitely not. This is hey, Fazan. It's close. It'll probably be up there, but yeah. Backhand down the middle from Juvan. Forehand into out from Swiatek. Slice from Juvan is out. So Swiatek bagels Juvan in the first set. 6-love. I'll tell you what, she is ruthless, isn't she? You're back. I'm just going to get something to eat. Well, Lexi, if you go and get something to eat when you come back, it might be over, to be honest. Because Swiatek's just wrapped it up in 24 minutes. Absolute carnage. Guys, BR, if you're bored, you know what you can do? Ask whatever questions you want related to tennis. Ideally on the US Open. And yeah, we'll get to them because I like answering questions on here. Even when matches are on. Ben Shelton, by the way, 2-1 up against Azan Karatsev. He's just broken him. And Tommy Paul, 2-1 up. Darich Fakina took the third set 6-3. 30-15 now, Paul, at the start of that fourth set. Who else is playing? Helena Ostapenko versus Bernarda Pera. Look at that. First set was won 89% for Swiatek, 40% for Juvan. 8 winners for Iga, 2 winners for Juvan. 1 for Seraf Iga, 7 for Juvan. Max says, Lexi has another 20 minutes left. Yeah. Better get that food quick, says Matt. Yeah, agreed. Honestly. Otherwise, to be honest, you may as well just tune in for the Wozniacki Brady match if this carries on, to be honest. That will be Ash covering that, which, in fact, I need to probably share that on. Matt will share that on Twitter or X and Threads, but I need to share it on everything else. They're playing a bit of Bruno Mars. Not bad. We like that. Okay. So, I mean, look, I mean, it really seems like it's going to be one of those matches where Swiatek just absolutely destroys her opponent. I would have thought as a qualifier she'd be able to. I think she is trying to fight, but the aura that Swiatek seems to have with some of these women just has a massive effect on them. And I think the issue is the top 4 or 5 players, maybe 6 players, they seem to be a bit of a level above, especially the players outside the top 20 nowadays. But Ige is so good at being able to just get through these matches quickly, unscathed, so she's nice and fresh later down the tournament, or later in the tournament, anyways. Kick serve into the backhand of Juvan. Massive forehand into out from Swiatek. It's one of the best shots back on the line is good as well, isn't it? Slides from Juvan short. Forehand cross from Swiatek pummeled away. 15 love. Just easy as you like, honestly. Just makes it look effortless at times, Iga. What are you supposed to do? Just what are you supposed to do? BR says Shelton is on court. I'd like to see him make a run. Oh man, Shelton is pumped up, comes out and breaks, and then roars. Talk about amped up. Yeah, he's definitely an amped up type of person, isn't he? He is. Oh, slice from Juvan on return goes into the net. Yeah, Shelton's 3-1 up. 3-1 up. The first set against Azan Karatsev. I mean, he's got the weapons to beat someone like Karatsev, but Karatsev has got a big game as well, so don't count him out yet. First serve's won 9 out of 10, 90%. Okay. The Swiatek score was so predictable, says Matthew. Yeah, you just think, one of these girls whose name is not Rabakina, Sabalenka, Goff, Pagula, Mukova. It's 5 players. Will actually really challenge her, but it's looking very, very unlikely. I'm trying to think which Marvel character symbolizes Shelton. Lol, probably Star Lord. Just joking. Just joking. I don't know. Serve into the net from Swiatek. Second serve coming up. Oh, kick serve into the backhand. It's a very slow second serve, 72 miles an hour. Backhand to backhand here. Massive backhand from Swiatek. Absolutely huge. Wow. Holds the love. Look, Swiatek is just, just. This is a demolition job right now. She is. What's the time there? She's maybe lunchtime. She's hungry. She's hungry for her lunch. Yeah, if it's on the pool match, went to a 4, so the Brady Wozniacki match is going to be delayed, but I will post it close to time. Sounds good. Thanks, Matt. Appreciated. And talking of that, I should probably push that back then. As yeah, you're right. Although I put it at 7:15. That might be alright. Oh, someone just says 606. I think is that Swiatek's team saying to her, "Come on, beat her 6060." No way. Crazy if that's true. I'll check the QualityShot tennis on Twitter as well, and for Matt tweeting, do check it out. Matt has some great tweets on there. Forehand down the middle from Juvan, backhand down the middle. Forehand cross is a massive from Swiatek. High, heavy topspin forehand. Rips it away. So much shape on that forehand. Doing all sorts. Dipping, so much topspin on it. But it's just kicking off the surface. A lot of pace as well. That is absolute carnage. Love 15. Second. Oh, it's a big double fault from Juvan. Wow. Love that. What was that? 60 miles an hour. She must have mishit that. Come on, Juvan, says Max. Please win a game. At least we'll see. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sam. Today's been a lot better than I thought it would be. I'll try to update that shelter match. Someone will have that off the website. It's very nice. Forehand to forehand here. Down the line goes Swiatek, comes forward. Oh, that's too good. It's just too good. Love 40. I almost feel bad for Juvan, to be honest. Does make me feel bad. Ego is just absolutely destroying her. Fault and second serve coming up. Massive in forehand from Swiatek. Runs around the backhand, breaks her in the opening return game. She's not hanging about here, Swiatek. She wants to be on court as little time as possible. And I tell you what, she could be having her lunch less than an hour before hitting the first ball here. Okay, serve into the net from Swiatek. Second serve coming up. Thank goodness it wasn't a one-sided match of ego with Pagula and Goff in Montreal and Cincy. True. 15 love Swiatek. Second serve coming up. Backhand cross from Juvan. Forehand into in from Swiatek. Forehand to forehand. Down the line goes Swiatek. Massive from her. Huge forehand down the line. 30 love. Masters, I think, threads is down. It's not. I just had a look. It's all good. It's all good. It's up from what I can see. Last 10 points, by the way, all to Swiatek. So it's just one-way traffic. Serve into the net from Swiatek. Second serve coming up. Serve into the backhand. Off with a massive forehand cross from Swiatek. Woo! 40 love. Max says, have you heard about Holger firing Moratoglu? Yeah, I did. I did. I mean, initially they were actually only supposed to work together for, I think it was 6 to 9 months. And then because Simona Halep didn't make her return like she was supposed to, they carried on working together. Massive serve out wide from Swiatek, but she's missed it. I mean, it's an interesting call, isn't it? He's not had a bad season. Second serve. Oh, it's a double fault from Swiatek. 40-15. BR says Golden Set may be eager yet to lose a point. Well, she just lost on because of double fault. Yeah, I don't believe in jinxes, but if I did, I would be I would be shouting you out, BR. 40-15. Serve down the tee short from Juvan. That sits up massive forehand down the line from Iga. 3 love. Really glorified Pat. Or probably why they're perfect for each other. Oh, Lexi, you hate Arena, don't you? Don't mind him. Don't mind him. No Lie by Dua Lipa. Oh, no, no, oh, no. Yeah, Draper is in the third round. Draper. Shout out QualityShot Tennis. I need to put that at the start of our intros again, don't I? He's doing well, so why not? Also got Noah Rubin doing it as well, so maybe I have to get him. This is when is Ashwin streaming? Ashwin is streaming Wozniacki versus Brady, so that should be maybe in about half an hour. It's after the Paul Dawdic Fekina match, so it depends. If Dawdic Fekina takes to a fifth set, then it'll be more like an hour. If it's only the one set and Paul wins in four sets, because in a full set, then it'll be in about half an hour. I love three here, Van. Can she get a game here? I mean, this is really what we're talking about at this stage. 6-love in the first set, 3-love in this set. Can she take a game? Forehand cross from from Wozniacki, I was about to say, from Swiatek. Great angle found. On the stretch, Juvan goes wide with a backhand. Love 15. Jack Draper is great. Shame he's been injured. Yeah, big shame he's been injured, but he's back. He looks relatively healthy. Let's see how he gets on. Hopefully his body holds up. I just want his body to hold up so I can see what his level's like and how far he can go in a slam, to be honest, because it just seems like whenever a lot of the times when he tends to lose, it's because he's got some sort of niggle. I'm not saying that's a reason he's lost, but obviously it doesn't help, right? Oh, Swiatek goes big for the second serve return. Blasts it wide though. 15-0. Lexi says, Dios mío, Juvan, what the heck? Not even a game point. No. Caroline match might be more interesting than this one. Yeah, it will be. Kind of Wozniacki match will be definitely more interesting. Backhand down the line for Swiatek. Well, it should be more competitive. Massive backhand on the line for Swiatek, 15-30. Juvan just looks like someone who wants to go home. I feel like Iga has that effect on people when she's this dominating on court. Luckily, Wozniacki isn't in Iga's draw. It'd be interesting to be fair to see how she gets on though. I think she'd probably lose, but interesting. Massive serve out wide from Juvan. Swiatek backhand to the net. A little wry smile from the Slovenian. She's Slovenian or Slovakian actually? I think it's Slovenian, right? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Iga is hungry. Honestly, she's like, I haven't had my lunch today because of the scheduling. So let's hurry up so I can go have my lunch. Let's get this done with. Forehand in the middle from Iga. Massive forehand. Then goes down the line. Backhand down the middle from Juvan. Backhand on the line from Iga into the net. So 40-30. Juvan's got a game point. Here we go. She's smiling. Game point for Juvan. Come on, Juvan. Everyone's cheering like it's a match point. Iga is hungry, says Lexi. The crowd. That's it. Come on, crowd. Robert says lurking while trying to female up. Watch FIBA early this morning. What's that? I don't get. Robert, what are you talking about? What's female up and what's FIBA? Oh, second serve out wide from Juvan. Backhand goes long from Swiatek. Juvan celebrates with the crowd. She's finally on the board. 3-1. Mistake from Swiatek. Gives her the. I tell you what, if you're Swiatek on the other side of the court and you see a player cheering because they won a single game, you must be thinking to yourself, they really have zero belief that they can beat me. I do wonder whether part of it is down to the belief why they keep on getting bageled and breadstick against her, to be honest. But yes, I get she's a level above, but a big part of this game is the mental side. I don't know. 40-30 finally, Juvan. Slice from Juvan deep into court, backhand to backhand. Back into the net from Juvan, 15-love. Juvan, don't fumble, this is Max. Yeah. FIBA is basketball. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, is that women's basketball? Oh, backhand to backhand here. Forehand into out from Juvan. Backhand cross from Iga. Great depth. Then goes backhand cross again. Slice from Juvan. Back in on the line from Iga's massive wowzers. 30 love. Sorry, I'm trying to watch FIBA World Cup basketball and had little sleep last night. Oh, okay, no problem. Men's. Oh, it's men's. Okay. Oh, I've said this before. Iga is making me ho hum. Oh, is that what? Hold on. Is the FIBA World Cup basketball what there's been a lot of controversy about? That so they have like the American team, and they're basically saying that they're better than the NBA players because they're playing against other players from other countries, and the NBA players are really, really like offended by it. Is that what the controversy's been about? 'Cause I saw that someone said it, and I kind of agree because like the NBA is just American. I get it; they're probably amazing, but surely you want to be playing against other basketball teams around the world because there's going to be players just as good. They might not be as famous, but they're going to be really good in other countries. So it's a bit weird that I guess in America it's such a big country, and they have a sort of importance, which is I understand, I guess, because it's a big country. Smash from Swiatek back and goes wide for Juvan 4-1. But like in football, right? You win the Premier League, which is soccer or football, and that's great. But you would rather win the Champions League, which is the European tournament, which is all the other best European teams in the world playing against each other. And then if you take it from an international standpoint, honestly, like if you ask the player would they rather win the Premier League or the World Cup, I think they say the World Cup because the World Cup is playing for your country against all these other teams, and that really proves that you're the world champions, right? So that's kind of the pinnacle of the sport. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a bit different in tennis because it's more of an individual sport. So you have individual accolades. I mean, no one's going to say, "Look, oh, this person's won 10 Davis Cups, they're the best player ever." But I do think in team sports like basketball and football, I'm kind of surprised that people are trying to say that are outraged that these players are saying, "Look, look, we're the best," or like we are truly challenging and testing ourselves. Because I get it, I do get it. It'd be nice to see. I mean, I wonder whether I doubt it's going to happen because I imagine there's more money in the NBA than FIBA. Or I don't know if I'm saying that right. Is it they call it FIBA? I don't know the Men's World Cup basketball, but yeah, I'm a bit. It'd be nice if they had like what they have in football, soccer, where you can play for a team, like for example, because they don't play all year round, right? The NBA, and then you can also play for your country as well. And they could say, for example, you could have LeBron or whoever else from the US, and then you'd get the best of the best. But I don't know. Backhand wide from Juvan, love 15. Good point for answers, Robert. Thank you. I try. I'm actually a big American college basketball fan myself. Yeah, that's another thing. College basketball and American football is massive in the US, right? So again, like I do get it, but it kind of seems like they're in their own little bubble as a country. The US is. Back on the line from because it's so big. Forehand on the line from Swiatek's huge. Comes forward. Oh, huge forehand cross from Swiatek 30. Or sorry, love 30 even. It's pronounced Fibu. Fibu? Or Fiba? Fibu, is it? Pronounced Fibu? Fiba. Oh, Fiba. That's right. I got it. I got you. Fiba. Backhand down the middle from Swiatek. Good depth on that return. Then goes forehand on the line. Backhand cross from Juvan. Backhand on the line from Swiatek's big. Has found the stretch. Good defensive forehand though from Juvan, but it's not good enough because the forehand from Swiatek to follow up is a winner down the line. Love 43 breakpoint opportunities, and if she breaks, she will serve for the match. A breadstick is well and truly on here, people. Iga wants not just one bakery item, but two. She's hungry. 20 winners for Swiatek so far, 2 for Juvan. I mean, it's crazy. Good serve on the tee from Juvan. Forehand into the net from Swiatek. 15-40. 2 break points for Swiatek still. 1 break point saved though after a good first serve from the Slovenian. Serve into the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand down the line from Juvan's big. Comes forward, takes the drive volley on. Forehand from Swiatek is deep. Oh no. Oh, Juvan's in the middle of nowhere. He's in no man's land. That's the area I like to call where you're not on the baseline. You're not really coming forward, transitioning to the net. She was in no man's land. Has to take it and try and dig it out. Really, a half volley. Ends up trying to make it into a drop shot. It's a very, very difficult shot to pull off, and she doesn't pull it off. So 5-1 Swiatek, and she's going to serve for this match. This has been a comprehensive display, and it's only 46 minutes gone. Look, let's be honest, she's going to do it under an hour, isn't she? I'd be very surprised if she doesn't. Serve out wide is miss from Swiatek. Second serve coming up. Guys, do hit that like button as well, please, and do subscribe if you are new. I think all of you pretty much are in the chat, but and who's voting for Juvan in the poll? I love it. Forehand down the middle from Juvan. Forehand from Iga. Great depth cross court. Then goes cross court again. So the problem is, right, is that they get into a rally, and then Juvan can stick with Swiatek for one or two of the ground strokes, and then it's almost just like she can't handle the amount of pace and weight of the ground strokes on Swiatek, and it's just like past it. Like she can't hustle that much for it. It's just too much to handle, to be honest, by the looks of it. And the problem is as well is that Swiatek's having opportunities to hit balls down the middle of the court where she can go cross court down the line. Juvan's having to second guess herself constantly. Drop shot or was a volley even from Swiatek. Second volley into the net. There's a real good example of her net game not being up to scratch with the rest of her game anyway. Backhand on the line from Swiatek it was, and then volley. First volley wasn't really good. Second volley into the net. 15-0. Obviously, I think all your predictions for today are solid. Upsets don't stand out in my opinion. Yeah, same. Oh, who did I pick? Paul and Daric Fekina, actually. Did I pick Fekina or did I pick Paul? I don't remember. Hello, everyone. This is Ashley. Hey, Ashley, how you doing? Guys, as well, remember, I know this match is nearly over, but we're going to be covering Wozniacki versus Brady. Ash will be doing it. Make sure you tune in for that. And also make sure that you tune in for Goff versus Mertens later on today. Juvan goes out with the backhand 30-15. Hi, Ashley. Nice to see you. Carminu says, Yazda Iga a bit later. Hello, everyone. Hey. I picked Paul, did I? Robert's got a better memory than me. Robert could be my fact checker. Yeah, okay. So, looks like I could be right on that one. I don't know what the score is. I need to check that one in a second. So, that wide into the backhand. Down the middle goes Juvan into the net. So, 2 match points. And the crowd kind of politely clap because they're like, yeah, okay, great. But you kind of not really given us our money's worth. She's going to do this in about 50 minutes, which is absolutely ridiculous, by the way. It's in ridiculously good. First serve is wide from Swiatek. Second serve, 40-15, 2 match points. Kick serve into the forehand of Juvan. Good forehand down the middle. Backhand crosses a lob. Forehand into from Juvan again. Backhand down the middle from Swiatek. Forehand cross into the net from Juvan. 6-love, 6-1. Swiatek. I mean, this is a practice set really for most players before they play. 15 minutes, and they're really good friends, by the way. Swiatek and Juvan, I think I've seen pictures of them together. There's a big hug, and Juvan's like, well played. But I think they're really good friends. But I mean, they can laugh about this one, but Juvan has just been completely and utterly outclassed here. And look, it's a shame because they're clearly good friends. Well, it's a bit embarrassing for her, to be honest, to lose to a good friend like that. But it is what it is. Max Iga takes the cake in the match. Yeah, hi Max, says Robert. Yeah. Or an easy warm-up session for Iga. Agreed. Hey, Robert, 49 minutes. Absolutely crazy. So, goodness, a demolition, says Robert. Pull up 4-1. I'll be sending that link soon. Yeah. So, what I will do is I'm going to put the link to that Wozniacki match in the chat. Make sure you go chat over there if you don't mind. Ash will be with you in about 5 or 10 minutes, I'd imagine. And yeah, get comfy. That's going to be a really competitive match. Ash is going to be doing it. He is looking forward to it. I can tell. He was telling me that, we had the games or the matches come out, and he was like, Wozniacki Brady. He had a choice of all the matches, but he went for this one. So I'm imagining that he's really looking forward to this one, and it is going to be a competitive one. I think I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 3 sets, and I would be surprised if it's a really one-sided two-setter. So I'm sure there'll be some twists and turns. They're both pretty handy, aren't they, when it comes to their returning for one? They've got both very solid games. So let me just put the link in here now. Any questions, by the way, for me before I leave? I just chuck them in the chat so I can get to them before I go. I always think that sometimes I go too quickly and then people can't ask any questions they have. Max says, thank you, Fazan. No problem at all, Max. Hello, Carmino. My God, eager practice is longer than this match. Exactly. That's what I was saying. A practice set just for anyone on tour normally will be about this. It's crazy. Lexi says, thanks, Fazan. See you later, Max and fans. Thanks, Fazan. Says, Carmino. Robert says, have a good evening, mate. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, I'll be in the chat in here probably sporadically for the Wozniacki Brady match, and Goff Mertens, maybe not, to be honest, but we'll see. See you later as well, Alexia. Yeah, see you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciated. Jump over to that Wozniacki and Brady link if you don't mind. Go and like it. Make sure you support Ash. Get involved. Ask him lots of questions. He loves it. Absolutely loves it. And if you're one of the subscribers one of the new subscribers that I saw on the other on the other day, I commented on how handsome Ash looks. So can you do me a favor? Can you all, just to make him feel a little bit uncomfortable, can you all in the chat just say how handsome Ash looks? Just let's get him to blush. Let's see how red Ash can get. Let's see how red his face can get by calling it handsome. So all of you, come on, let's do it. Do it for me. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Stay safe and well, and we'll see you very soon. And yeah, hopefully see you in the chat for Wozniacki and Brady.